Hi everyone, it's Gaylin. I'm here representing Unity Stamp Company. I'm one of their design team members. Today I'm going to show you a card that has a nighttime sky background, and it's a holiday card, and I'm using the Unity Stamp Company kit called Woodland Festivities. It's by Lisa Glanz. It's adorable. I am using Brucho crystal colors, powders, and I'm using those for watercolor. I'll show you how I do that a little slower this time. These are little bottles of powder, and I pierce the top of them so that it becomes a shaker. I use Versamark ink and powder for embossing. I'm using Canson XL watercolor paper. It's a cold press 140-pound paper. I'm using a Ranger plastic craft mat and a mini mister spray bottle. And I'm going to start by spraying a little water over a watercolor paper panel. And I'm choosing 3 colors of the powders to sprinkle lightly over some of the water. And I just lightly alternate the colors. I use turquoise, purple, and ultramarine. And I just wanted a dark background for this nighttime scene. And with the powders, when you add water, it really blends very, very vibrant. You'll see I wanted a little bit of a purpley pink to show through, a navy, and a lighter blue. And when you spray, it looks very messy, but the crystal powders actually do become like crystallized. So you have to add enough water so that they blend and become more watery. And I just let it move how it wants to move. I like to dab the edges puddle with water. And I'm going to heat set this eventually, but when you remove the puddles, it's easier to heat set. And then you clean your craft mat, obviously, as you go. So I heat set that, and now I'm going to stamp onto a dried watercolor background panel. So everything has to be completely dry for this next process. I'm going to do heat embossing. I'm adding the EK Success powder tool just to dry it out and to make sure that the embossing powder does not stick to the background when I emboss. I'm going to emboss the stamping, which is a tree and a little banner. I use the original Misty stamping tool by My Sweet Petunia for the stamping, and I'm using Versamark ink. It's clear watermark ink. I just have it on hand, and it works fine for me for heat embossing. For the stamping, I'm actually choosing to do the stamping after I did the watercolor. Sometimes you can do the stamping before the watercolor and heat emboss it, and then you get an emboss resist technique. So this time I'm not doing emboss resist, I'm just embossing directly over the stamping. Over the watercolor. I have white embossing powder, and I'm placing it over the card panel, and I'm tapping it a little to remove any excess powder, and then I heat set it with a heat gun very carefully. Now, it's hard to tell in the video and in the photos, but when you heat emboss, it actually looks somewhat shiny. And it has a texture to it, a raised texture. So I just shake it and leave it to cool, and then I place it on the card base. I had a pre-stamped sentiment, and I adhered that with foam tape, and I added a few extra white adhesive pearls just to have a look of maybe stars or something in the night sky. And really that's all. It's real easy to put together. Messy but easy. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching. And I hope you take a moment to like and follow and subscribe to my YouTube. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.